Hi, I'm James from the band TesseracT.
And I'm Jay, the drummer from the band TesseracT.
And this is the second part of
TesseracT's
Time Signature Special on the Hack Music Theatre Show.
That was great.
That's brilliant.
TesseracT.
Hello, and thank you for joining us again as we wrap up the special series with our good old chums and prog rock titans, TesseracT.
And if you missed part 1 last week, which covered odd time signatures, be sure to check that out because it will transform your chord progressions.
Right, as you now know, TesseracT have a totally liberating approach to time signatures. So in this lesson, you'll learn their game-changing metric modulation hack and how you can use it to write the most epic riffs for your own songs.
And by the way, if you're new to our channel, welcome. I'm Kate Harmony, this is Ray Harmony, and you're watching the Hack Music Theory Show,
where you are empowered with notation-free theory for making great music. Right, without further ado, it's time to reveal the theory acts behind TesseracT's wizardry. But first,
Hack 2, dot the pulse and cross the bar.
This hack is what TesseracT brilliantly used in the colossal opening and closing riff of Luminary, which is in D Phrygian, the dark mode. And that is what you're seeing on your screen right now.
Before we jump in though, if you're new to modes, or if you just want a little refresher, then please read the mode hacks in our songwriting and producing PDF, which you can download at hackmusictheory.com.
So with this hack, TesseracT pull off one of the most powerful illusions in music. They slow down without changing the BPM.
This is known as metric modulation, which is just a fancy way of saying that the pulse of the music has changed. Shortening the pulse speeds things up, while lengthening the pulse slows things down.
Yeah, and the rest of Luminary has an 8th note pulse at 78 BPM, but in this riff, they lengthen the pulse to a dotted 8th note, which slows down the riff and makes it extra sludgy and heavy. And if you haven't heard it already, check out this phenomenal change in Luminary at 239.
Also, as you may know, a dotted 8th note equals 3 16th notes. So what they've masterfully done here is go from a 12-8 feel to a 12-16 feel.
Amazing. And just a quick heads up, if you're working in a fast tempo, you'll be doing this hack with quarter notes and dotted quarter notes. Now here's how you can use this hack in your own music in 3 simple steps.
Step 1, dot the pulse. First things first, you need to cement in the new pulse so that your listeners truly experience a slowing down of the music. And the best way to do that is to start with a basic drum beat.
So make sure your grid is set to 16th notes, and then we're going to start by putting some hats on the new dotted 8th note pulse. So we're going to start on the 1, obviously, and then we're just counting 3 16th notes at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're just going to do 1 bar of 12, 16, and then we'll just copy and paste that 3 times. What you want to do next is get a kick on the 1, and then we're going to put a snare on the 3rd hi-hat. Then we want a common thread to tie together the new pulse and the old pulse, so they're different but still rhythmically connected. And we're just going to copy the TesseracT drummer's very clever hack here of playing 16th ghost notes on the snare. And a ghost note is just a note that's played really quietly. So go ahead and put a snare on every 16th note. And then what we're going to do is pull the velocity right down so they're really, really, really quiet. And be sure to leave that snare drum on the 3rd hat. Leave that one full volume. That's our backbeat, and we want that one to spank through. So then pull the velocity way down of the other ones. And it sounds like this.
And remember, metric modulation is not changing tempo randomly. Your new pulse should come from a note value in your previous section.
Right, now we just copy and paste this bar 3 times, and we're ready to riff.
Step 2, write the riff. Go wild and have fun here, but just remember to emphasize the root note enough so your listeners will perceive it as the home.
Also, don't be shy with the flat 2, because that's the only thing that makes Phrygian different from just the regular old minor scale, aka the Aeolian mode. And be sure to use a variety of note values in your riff too. Right, here's what we did. So we're going to start on the root D, and we're going to play that for a dotted eighth note to really emphasize that new pulse. Then we're going to play the root again, and then head down to a C, and then up to an E flat. And that E flat, that is the dark flat 2. Then we're going to have a break and head on over into bar 2. So just copy and paste what you have into bar 2. Then we're going to make a little variation. So we're going to take this root up to a flat 2, take this guy up to the root and shorten him. We're preparing for a 16th note run. We're going to move this one up to the F, and then check this out. We're going to go up to E flat D, and then D an octave lower, and then B flat A. So this is a really cool 16th note run that's going to carry us into bars 3 and 4. And we're going to get that by copying and pasting everything we have over into bars 3 and 4, and it's making a little variation at the very end. So we're going to delete those 2 notes and put in a couple flat 2s, which are going to take us round to the beginning.
And by the way, if you need help writing riffs, you'll also find that in our songwriting and producing PDF. Step 3, cross the bar. Finally, now that we've dotted the pulse, it's time to reveal the last part of this hack. It's super simple but unbelievably effective. Here's how it works.
For extra intrigue, don't accent the first beat of your third bar, just like in the Luminary riff. So by hiding this first beat, you disguise your time signature and add even more mystery to your riff. Such a tasty technique. And the easiest way to do that is to simply extend your 16th note run at the end of bar 2 across the bar line into the beginning of bar 3. So just shorten this note here and add a couple 16th notes to your run. So you're going to put in a C and an E flat.
Ta-da! Your riff just got the TesseracT dot the pulse and cross the bar makeover.
And just before the final playthrough, if you want to learn more about strange time signatures, then we suggest our lesson on polyrhythms and polymeters. So just keep on watching, because that video is going to pop up on your screen right after the playthrough.
And if you like our hacks, then please subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications.
Thanks for joining the Hack Music Theory Revolution.
And we'll see you next week.